Does your English ever sound a little robotic? Like you're saying each word perfectly, like too perfectly, but it still doesn't flow. Honestly, it's not your fault. Most learners pause in between words where native speakers don't. Aussies especially love to smooth everything out. We love connecting words, we love dropping sounds, and we actually also love adding sounds that aren't even written in a word. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that so your English sounds smoother and more natural, which in turn will help you in everyday conversations in Australia. G'day everyone and welcome back to Aussie English with Amanda. If this is your first time, welcome to Aussie English with Amanda. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Amanda and I'm a certified English teacher specialising in the Aussie accent, pronunciation, slang and all the fun cultural bits that come with living in Australia. Today we're looking at something called intrusive sounds. They're also called shadow sounds. And these are sneaky little sounds such as y, w and r that we add when one word ends in a vowel sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound. I'm going to give you heaps of examples and you'll get to repeat after me. And by the end of this lesson, you're going to sound so much more natural. And if you love this stuff just as much as I do, I've actually created a self-paced e-course called the Australian Connected Speech Method. It's linked below. It's where we actually go way deeper with drills, practice exercises, audio recordings, and without tooting my own horn, it's probably my most favorite thing to teach, and it's my most popular course to date. And as always, don't forget to download the free PDF cheat sheet. The link is in the description. And this is going to help you remember everything we've looked at today because there's going to be a lot. Well, there's going to be heaps of information to take in. So what are intrusive or shadow sounds? So here's the deal. When you have one word ending in a vowel sound, I'll explain that in a minute, and the next word starts with a vowel sound, most learners pause in between those two words, and it creates this kind of choppiness in their sentences, which makes your English sound unnatural and a bit robotic. But in English, not just Aussie English, most advanced or fluent English speakers do this. What we do is we insert a sound in between those words to act as a bridge. And that bridge brings the two words together. Think of it like a bridge and there's a city either side. And that bridge connects the two cities. That's what intrusive sounds do. They bring the two words together, but it doesn't happen with just words. It happens inside words too, so at the syllable boundaries. Think of the word going, going. English learners tend to say going, going, separating go and ing. But what native or advanced speakers do, we insert a w sound, going. And honestly, that's why mastering these sounds is such a game changer. It will transform your speech and your pronunciation. As you can tell, I get very excited about teaching connected speech. First up, we have the intrusive y or the shadow y sound. The y sound in yes or yellow. So just to confuse everyone, the phonetic symbol for this sound is this here. I really don't like using it because not everyone knows phonetic symbols and it does confuse people, especially those who come from countries where these two sounds are very similar and interchangeable. So think of you versus you. How are you? How are you? Right? So when do we actually use this intrusive y or shadow y sound? So we use this when the first vowel sound, so the vowel at the end of the first word, is a front vowel. What that means, where the lips are unrounded and the tongue is usually high at the front of the mouth. The focus is on what your mouth is doing after you finish making the sound. So you'll find this at the end of vowels such as E in fee, the A sound in play, the oi sound in boy, and the I sound in buy. Now, I just want to mention that the phonetic system I use is the same as what's in the Macquarie Dictionary, which is Australia's national dictionary. So I actually partner with Macquarie Dictionary, which means my students get discounted subscriptions. So this phonetic or IPA system is called the Mitchell-Delbridge system, or the MD IPA system. So for example, the symbol I use for the E, as in fee, looks like this. But you might also recognize a different symbol from a different system. And that system is known as the Harrington-Cox-Evans, or the HCE system. And the symbol for the E sound looks like this. So I've put them both here for you to compare. But let's try some examples. I'm going to say a sentence, you can repeat after me. You'll see the connected speech breakdown on the screen. Did he see it yesterday? See it. Notice how I don't say see it, see it. That's because I'm changing the short I sound to a schwa sound, see it. If you don't know what a schwa sound is, I'll link the video up top. I did a really, really great video on this, I think it was last year, that goes into detail about what the schwa sound is and how you can use it to sound more natural in Aussie English. They said they enjoy it when it rains. Enjoy it. Again, the schwa sound here. Next sentence. We fly at an early hour. This is using the true to, fly at an. Now you can also use a T-flap. We fly at an early hour, which is what I normally use. And if you don't know what a T-flap is, there is a video linked up the top and in the video description of what a T-flap is and how you can use it to also sound more natural in Aussie English. Let's eat brekkie and go. Brekkie and go. This rule also applies for this sound here. So this word has two pronunciations, the and the. So when you have a word after this word that starts with a vowel sound, we use the E sound and an intrusive Y to connect the two words together. For example, the apple is delicious. The apple. The upstairs apartment is loud. The upstairs. Now, remember earlier on how I said that these rules also apply inside words at syllables, at syllable boundaries? Let's take a quick look at an example with using the intrusive Y inside a word. Let's take the continuous present tense verb seeing. Rather than seeing, and pausing in between the syllables, you would say seeing, seeing. You can hear the y, seeing. Will I be seeing you later? How much smoother does that sound, really? Without the y, it's choppy and mechanical. But with y, it's smoother and more natural. Next up is the intrusive or the shadow w, like the sound in what or water. So this is used when the vowel sound at the end of the first word has ended with your lips rounded or contracted, so they can't close anymore. W. And it's the shape of this O sound. When they have to reopen, they automatically make this W sound. O. Can you hear that? W. So there's no other choice but to make this sound. And what you're doing is you're taking that shadow of a W at the end of that first word and linking it. That's the bridge to link to the next word. So this is common for back vowels, as the lip position for back vowels is generally round. And you'll find this in vowels such as the oo sound in to, the o sound in toe, and the ow sound in how. So again, the focus is on where your mouth ends when you finish that sound. O, ow. Now the MD symbol for oo is this, and the HCE symbol is this. And for O, MD symbol is this, HCE symbol is this. Try some examples with me. Go over the old bridge. So this actually uses a W and Y. Go over the old bridge. How old is he now? How old? I feel too angry to reply. Too angry. As for an example inside a word, I did one earlier, going. So can you hear how that W keeps the sentence rolling? So without it, it sounds broken. It sounds choppy. It sounds mechanical. And for the last one, it's the intrusive R sound. I'm not going to go too deep into it today because I've got a whole other video on this. Link again is up top or in the video description. But just so you know, we use this sound when the vowel is more neutral. Neutral, that was American, neutral. When the sound is more neutral. So think in the schwa sound, as in spa, and the or sound like in draw or saw. Here are some quick examples. Repeat after me. The day spa is so nice. Spa is. I saw an elephant. Soarin'. The dog tore the sofa apart. Sofa apart. And inside a single word, I'm sure those who live in Australia have heard this one a lot. Drawing. Drawing. Great job, everyone. How do you feel? Does it feel awkward? It probably does for a little bit, but trust me, game changer. Let's put all of this into context with a mini story. Listen first and repeat after me line by line. Again, you'll see the connected speech breakdown to make it easier for you. She's a very well-behaved girl, but Mia can get very excited. Especially when animals are involved. We are interested in buying this house near the zoo, so we took her for a visit last weekend. Go over the old bridge, Mia said, pointing to the old duck pond. See how natural that sounds? That is connected speech in action. I feel like such a nerd with connected speech. Seriously, it's my favorite thing to teach. My students will tell you that. Alrighty, quick recap. So we have learned about intrusive or shadow sounds like y, w, and r. Honestly, this is the secret sauce that makes Aussie English flow naturally. Homework time. So listen to an Aussie TV show, podcast, Chinwag Tuesdays, or a YouTube video, Aussie English with Amanda. Write down 5 to 10 phrases where you hear linking, with y, w, or r. Then record yourself reading today's sentences, paying extra attention to those links, all that connection of the bridges. Short daily practice is the best way to nail it. And if you want to get deeper into connected speech, not just intrusive sounds, but linking, reductions, drop sounds, rhythm, stress, intonation, check out my self-paced course, The Australian Connected Speech Method. It's linked below, and it's honestly the fastest way to stop sounding like a textbook, stop sounding like a robot, and to start sounding natural in English. Don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which intrusive sound do you find hardest? Y, w, or r? Honestly, my students find the r sound the trickiest, but it's not impossible to get there. So let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Cheers.